A dark and twisted true story. My friend Tamika and I decided to move in together as roommates. I thought it was a great idea because we had known each other for the past 5 years. And even though she was a girl and I was a guy, we had no attraction to one another. We were just friends. Anyways, one night while watching our favorite horror series, I complimented one of the actresses and said, "Wow, she is so beautiful." Tamika then said, "So you think she is prettier than me, huh? What am I, chopped liver?" I didn't know how to respond because, as I said, we didn't look at each other in such ways. So I said, "Of course not. You're pretty too. You're just saying that to make me feel better. I hate your stinking guts. I hope you get slaughtered by Crazy Mary and she chops off your little raisins and shove them where the sun don't shine. Bastard," she said. Then she stormed out of the room in tears, went into her bedroom, and slammed the door behind her. I just figured it was that time of the month and she was acting crazy. So I finished watching the movie, then went to bed. A week later, I started dating this girl named Tina and decided to have her over to listen to some music in my room while Tamika was at work. Then, all of a sudden, my bedroom door flung open. It was Tamika, just standing there with the most intense stare in her eyes, and her teeth were grinding in anger. "Who in the hell is this?" she yelled. "I'm his new girlfriend." "Who are you?" said Tina. "I am his girlfriend, and you have 2 decisions to make. Either you leave this apartment in all one piece, or I rip your intestines out of your body and strangle you with them. So what's it gonna be, bitch?" she yelled as she pulled out a knife bigger than the ass of a black china. And before I knew it, Tina had panicked, climbed out of the window, jumped into her car, and sped off into the distance. Sweet baby jiggly jiggity Jesus. "What in the hell is wrong with you?" I yelled. "I am not your boyfriend. We are just roommates," I said. "Then I am going to turn you into a female, if you know what I mean." Then she aimed the knife at the love below. I ran the hell out of that apartment and never looked back. Me and my twin brother, Aaron, decided to go on a double date with 2 beautiful twin sisters that we met on the website Tinder. We picked them up and drove to a spot called the Dark and Twisted Cove. It's a place near the lake where everyone went to have fun and make out. Mandy was the sister I was dating. Olivia was the sister my brother was dating. We all seemed to be getting along just fine, but things took a turn for the worse. Mandy was the overly jealous type, and she was getting mad at her sister for talking to me. "He's mine, bitch. You have Aaron," said Mandy. Olivia explained that she was not interested in me, which still didn't convince Mandy. Then Mandy said she had to pee and asked Olivia to go into the woods with her. Olivia agreed, so they both went into the woods. Then, all of a sudden, we heard screaming coming from the woods. Mandy got into the car in panic. "Start the car and let's get out of here," she yelled. "Wait, but where is Olivia?" Aaron asked. "She was attacked by a bear and she's dead. Hurry, let's go," she yelled. So we sped off and got the hell out of there. When we arrived back at my place, I immediately called the cops and told them what happened. But for some odd reason, I was more upset than Mandy, even though she was her twin sister. When the cops found Olivia's body, or shall I say, pieces of her body, she had been decapitated and ripped to shreds. A few weeks had passed, and I had went back to the spot where she was attacked just to leave flowers when I noticed Olivia's phone under a stack of leaves. Something told me to check its files, so I did. I clicked on the video titled "Help Me." It was a video of Mandy turning into some sort of demonic creature and then started attacking Olivia. Olivia must have suspected something and hit record without Mandy knowing. I called the police and gave them Olivia's phone. They immediately arrested Mandy and sent her away to a mental hospital. A few months had passed and Mandy somehow escaped, and she's still out there somewhere. I live in fear daily, just wondering when she might come after me. A dark and twisted story. My best friend, Zachariah, and I had always been warned to never go to the dark web because you never know what might be lurking behind the pages. One stormy night, I was at my house and Zachariah was at his, and we stupidly disobeyed the warning. He said he was going to check it out, and so did I. My curiosity landed me on a website called A Deathly Ministry. It was a room that was lit only by candles, and on the wall was a large wooden crucifix that hung in a very creepy way. A man appeared out of the darkness, and he appeared to be some sort of priest. "Why did you come to this evil website full of sin?" he asked. "What in the actual fuck?" I replied under my breath. "Do not use profanity in the presence of a priest," he yelled. "You can hear me?" I asked. "Yes, and I can see you as well," he replied. But the strange thing was, he never asked me for access to my microphone or my camera. So how in the hell was he hearing and seeing me? I'm going to ask you once again, why did you come to the dark web? He said, his eyes bulging in a creepy way. I don't know. I guess I was just curious, I replied nervously. You knew this place was evil, but you decided to come here anyway. To witness what? Murders? Or maybe hire an assassin to kill someone? You are going to hell, young man. I curse you for the rest of the days of your life, he said. But wait, then, before I could finish my sentence, the screen went black. He was gone. Suddenly, I had become extremely tired and a bit sick, so I decided to sleep it off and get some rest. Later that night, I felt a bit better, but that soon changed after I received a telephone call. It was my best friend Zachariah's mother, her voice in a somber tone, and I could tell that she had been crying. She said that Zach was dead and said that she had found him with his face on his desk in a puddle of blood. I ran over to his house immediately and asked his mother if I could see his room. And on the screen of his computer was the same website I was on, with the same priest just staring at the screen.